Meghan Markle has been branded a figure of fun in her hometown of California by novelist Celia Walden, who says Hollywood has turned its back on the royal couple. Speaking to Dan Wootton from her home in LA, Ms. Walden said, "I thought maybe people would be protective of her out here, but not at all. She's just a figure of fun, and the crucial misstep she made is forgetting that the whole of the US love the Queen. So, anyone who is deemed to have affronted the Queen, or behaved badly in that regard, is just not going to go down well." The award-winning author referenced the joke Rebel Wilson made about the infamous Oprah interview at this year's BAFTA Awards. Ms. Walden said, "How fascinating it was that Rebel made that joke. These are their people, so normally one would expect a sharp intake of breath, maybe even booing, but there was unanimous laughter because they are now officially figures of fun. I think that will be most upsetting to her because this is the last thing they wanted." The Duchess has most recently received widespread criticism for trying to trademark the word archetypes for the name of her first series of podcasts as part of her multi-million-pound deal with Spotify. Ms. Walden said, "This has just been unanimously agreed that it's a proposed porous thing to do. In fact, the only thing she should be trademarking is a few words, arrogant, entitled and preposterous, because all of those things are uniquely her." She added, "This is just so archetypal of her narcissism, the idea that you can own a word." The word archetypes derives from ancient Greek and is believed to have first entered the UK in approximately the 1540s. The application from Archul Audio, one of several businesses founded by Meghan and Harry, says the word would cover a long list of entertainment services in the fields of cultural treatment of women and stereotypes facing women. In a trailer for the upcoming series, Meghan said, "This is how we talk about women, the words that raise our girls, and how the media reflects women back to us. But where do these stereotypes come from? And how do they keep showing up and defining our lives? This is Archetypes, the podcast where we dissect, explore and subvert the labels that try to hold women back. I'll have conversations with women who know all too well how these typecasts shape our narratives. And I'll talk to historians to understand how we even got here in the first place." Pauline Maclaran, Professor of Marketing and Consumer Research at Royal Holloway, University of London, has now claimed that the Duke and Duchess need to really top up their associations with royalty. She described how they really are nobodies in the US without the royal family label, which will cause them issues in their new home where they're trying to establish themselves. Their high profile across the Atlantic, Professor Maclaran claimed, is really because of their titles and their associations with British royalty. She told, "But the high profile is really because of their titles and their associations with British royalty. But a reintegration into the royal family fold is not likely to be on the cards," Professor Maclaran told Express.co.uk earlier this year. The co-author of Royal Fever described how the Sussexes' new image across the pond would have to be axed in order to slot back into UK royal life. "This is something neither the Duke and Duchess, nor the firm, are likely to want," Professor Maclaran claimed. She told that it's hard to envision a split timetable and I can't see that working. Addressing reports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex could reintegrate themselves into the senior royal family once the Prince of Wales, 73, ascends the throne, Professor Maclaran dismissed the possibility of Prince Charles bringing them back into his slimmed-down monarchy. She said, "I don't think there's a remote chance they would come back into the royal fold. They would definitely have to significantly alter their branding in order to do this." She added, "There is no indication that anyone would want this on either side." Professor Maclaran's co-author, Professor Celia Walden, has also called the continued use of the Sussex title meaningless for a US audience. She told, "If you're not involved in the royal family, and you can't use the HRH, and the Queen has said to you, fine, if you don't want to be involved, you're not involved. What does it mean? It's a nickname you give yourself." Professor Walden commented that, with Meghan and Harry continuing to call themselves the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they have misunderstood the importance of the titles to an American audience. "Without the royal family as a socially respected structure," she said, "Americans don't care about these titles because they're not in our social structure. We don't have the sort of reverence of these titles." On Wednesday, Meghan announced the end of one of her few remaining patronages based in the UK, signing off the message with her Sussex title. She was a royal patron for Mayhew's animal charity for 3 years. Meghan said the ending of the patronage did not mean she withdrew her unwavering support. She wrote, "Though my time as patron of Mayhew has come to a close, my unwavering support has not. I encourage each of you to support in whatever way you are able.